I tried to buy physical gold with cash last week. 10 1-ounce American Gold Eagles. Spot price was $4,800 per ounce. I had $50,000 cash ready. What I discovered revealed the precious metals market is built on paper promises that can't be delivered. Let me walk you through what happened, because this exposed fundamental fraud in gold pricing and sales. I started online, checked major dealers, APMEX, JM Bullion, SD Bullion, all showed American Gold Eagles available. Price, $5,150 per ounce. Spot price is $4,800. That's a $350 premium, over 7% markup. I've bought gold before. Normal premiums run 3 or 4%. I call APMEX. Ask about the premium. Representative explains high demand, limited supply, production constraints. Okay, but $550 times 10 equals $51,500 total. I have $50,000. Can they work with me on price for a cash payment? The representative pauses. Asks how exactly I plan to pay. I say cash. Another pause. She says they don't accept cash for orders over $10,000. Company policy. I can pay by check, wire transfer, or credit card. Cash only for smaller purchases. Red flag 1. A gold dealer won't accept cash. The most liquid, anonymous form of payment. The thing gold bugs love. The dealer selling you inflation protection and privacy won't take cash that provides exactly those benefits. I ask why. She explains it's an anti-money laundering policy. Transactions over $10,000 require identity verification and reporting. Cash complicates this. They prefer traceable payment methods. I point out that checks and wires also require reporting over $10,000. She agrees, but says that's company policy. Fine. I ask about delivery time. She says 4-6 weeks for American Gold Eagles, a month and a half, but the website shows them in stock. She clarifies they have inventory allocated, but high order volume means fulfillment takes time. They're processing orders received weeks ago. New orders go to the back of the queue. So in stock doesn't mean available. It means they'll eventually get them to you. Maybe. I ask, what happens if spot price rises during the wait? She says the price is locked at purchase. If I buy today at $5,150 and spot goes to $6,000, I still pay $5,150. Okay? And if spot crashes to $4,000, same thing. I'm locked in. I decide to try local dealers. Cash should work better in person. I find a coin shop downtown, walk in with $50,000 in my backpack. The owner, 60-something guy who's been in business 30 years, greets me. I tell him I want 10 American Gold Eagles. Pay cash today. Take delivery immediately. He laughs, not mockingly, sadly. He says he'd love to sell me 10 Eagles right now, but he doesn't have them. Hasn't had them in stock for 3 weeks. Can't get them from distributors. I ask about the premium when he does get them. He says he's selling at $5,200 per ounce, higher than online dealers. I ask why. He explains his costs. He buys from wholesalers who are charging massive premiums. His margin's actually tighter than normal. The wholesalers are the ones making the spread. But why can't he get inventory? He pulls out his distributor catalogs, shows me. American Gold Eagles, back-ordered. Canadian Gold Maple Leafs, limited availability, 6 to 8 week delivery. Austrian Philharmonics, out of stock. The major refineries and mints can't keep up with demand. He offers alternatives. He has some older European gold coins, French roosters, Swiss Helvetias, pre-1933 US gold coins. Higher numismatic value, but also higher premiums. $5,300, $5,500 per ounce for comparable gold content. I ask about paying cash. He says cash is fine, but he'll need to see ID and file Form 8300 for the IRS. Any cash transaction over $10,000 requires reporting. So much for anonymous gold purchases. I can pay cash, but the government still knows. The dealer must collect my information, verify my identity, file paperwork. Cash doesn't buy privacy. It just triggers additional reporting. I ask about gold bars instead of coins, 1-ounce bars. Lower premium since they're just bullion, not legal tender coins. He has a few, shows me. Credit Suisse bars, Pamp Suisse. Beautiful. But the premiums are still $4,950 per ounce, only $200 less than coins. And he only has 6 bars. Not enough for my $50,000. He makes a suggestion. He can order gold for me, lock in current prices plus his premium. I pay 10% deposit now. He orders from his distributor. When it arrives, in 8 to 10 weeks, I pay the balance and pick it up. But here's the risk. He can't guarantee his distributor will deliver. They're experiencing delays. Some orders are taking 12, 14 weeks. I ask what happens if the distributor never delivers. He shrugs, says he'd refund my deposit, but I'd lose the locked-in price. If gold spikes during the wait, I'm out of luck. If the distributor fails to deliver, which has happened, I'd have to start over at whatever the market price is then. This is insane. We're talking about gold, the most liquid commodity, the ultimate store of value, the asset you buy for certainty and security. and I can't actually buy it. At least not without massive premiums, long delays, government reporting, and risk that it never shows up. I try another approach. I search for private sellers, local classifieds, online forums, people selling gold they already own. Maybe I can avoid dealer premiums. I find a listing, guy selling 5 American Gold Eagles, asking $5,000 per ounce. I contact him. We agree to meet at a coffee shop. He shows up. Nice guy. Explains he bought these in 2020 at $1,900 per ounce. Held them through the rally. Now he needs cash for a down payment on a house. I examine the coins. They look legitimate. He has the original packaging from APMEX. I ask if he's verified them. He says he bought them from a reputable dealer, so he knows they're real. Red flag 2. He's never verified them. I suggest we go to a local coin shop to have them tested. He hesitates. Says that seems excessive. These are from APMEX. They're obviously real. I insist. If I'm paying $25,000 cash, I want third-party verification. We go to the coin shop. The owner tests them with a Sigma Precious Metal Verifier, electronic device that uses electromagnetic waves to verify metal content without damaging coins. 4 coins pass. The 5th fails. It's fake. Gold-plated tungsten. Same size, same weight as real gold, but not gold. The seller is shocked. Had no idea. He bought all 5 from APMEX in the same order. How did one fake get into an APMEX shipment? The coin shop owner says it probably didn't. Probably the seller bought 4 from APMEX and 1 elsewhere and forgot. Or someone swapped a fake into his collection without him noticing. Happens more than people think. The seller is apologetic. Offers to sell me just the 4 verified coins at a discount. $4,800 per ounce. Spot price, no premium. I decline. If 1 of 5 was fake, how do I know the others are genuine? The Sigma test isn't foolproof. Sophisticated fakes can pass. I'm not risking $20,000 on coins that might be counterfeit. I leave. No gold. But I learned something valuable. The physical gold market is broken. Let me explain why. Gold trades 24/7 on electronic markets. Futures on COMEX. ETFs like GLD. These trade millions of ounces daily. Prices update by the second. You can buy and sell instantly. This is the gold price everyone sees. $4,800 per ounce. But that's paper gold. Contracts representing gold. Shares backed by gold. Not actual metal you can hold. When you try to convert paper to physical, you discover the disconnect. Physical gold trades at massive premiums over spot. $350, $500 per ounce right now. That's 7 to 10% more than the real price. Why? Because there's far more paper gold than physical gold. The estimates vary, but many analysts believe there are 100 to 200 ounces of paper gold claims for every ounce of physical gold. If everyone who owns paper gold demanded delivery, the system would collapse. There isn't enough metal. The futures market proves this. COMEX gold futures settle either cash or physical delivery. Guess what percentage take physical delivery? Less than 1%. Everyone settles in cash. They don't want the gold. They want exposure to the price. This allows the market to function with minimal physical backing. ETFs like GLD work similarly. They claim to hold physical gold backing each share, but the fine print reveals they use allocated and unallocated gold. Unallocated means you don't own specific bars. You own a share of a pool. If everyone redeemed simultaneously, there wouldn't be enough gold. The dealers I contacted operate the same way. They show gold in stock, but it's not sitting in their warehouse. It's allocated from suppliers who promise delivery eventually. The dealers take orders, collect payment, then scramble to source metal. When demand spikes, they can't deliver, hence the delays. The premiums reflect this scarcity. When demand exceeds supply, prices rise. But here's the twist. Spot prices don't reflect physical scarcity. They reflect paper trading. The premium is the physical market telling you the real price. $4,800 spot plus $400 premium equals $5,200. That's what gold actually costs when you want to hold it. This creates arbitrage that shouldn't exist. If physical trades at $5,200 and paper trades at $4,800, why don't arbitrageurs buy paper, demand delivery, and sell physical for $400 profit per ounce? Because taking delivery is difficult, slow, and expensive, and the premiums can disappear if demand normalizes. The arbitrage isn't risk-free. What I discovered attempting to buy gold, the market is fractional reserve just like banking. Most gold ownership is paper claims backed by promises. When you try to claim physical delivery, you face premiums, delays, and risk of non-delivery. The system works only because most people don't ask for the metal. So what does this mean for investors? First, understand that gold ETFs and futures aren't the same as physical gold. You own exposure to price movements, but not metal you control. In crisis, when you most need gold safety, you might not be able to convert paper to physical. Second, physical gold requires paying significant premiums over spot. Budget for 7 to 10% markups. Factor delivery delays of 6 or 12 weeks. Except that buying gold means buying promises that might not be kept. Third, if you want real gold security, you need to buy physical now before crisis. Once panic starts, premiums explode and delivery becomes impossible. The people who already hold physical metal will have the advantage. Fourth, verify everything. Counterfeits are common. Even coins from reputable dealers can be fake if someone in the chain swapped them. Use electronic testing. Get multiple opinions. Don't assume packaging guarantees authenticity. Fifth, understand the cash restrictions. Dealers won't accept large cash payments. Those that do must report to IRS. Privacy in gold purchases is mostly gone. Government knows what you buy regardless of payment method. I wanted to spend $50,000 buying gold. Simple transaction, store of value, hedge against inflation and crisis. What I found instead, a market built on fractional reserves where paper claims vastly exceed physical metal, premiums are 10% above spot. Delivery takes months, counterfeits are common, cash is refused, and privacy is impossible. The gold market is broken. It functions only because most participants trade paper and never demand delivery. But when crisis comes, and everyone wants physical metal simultaneously, the system will collapse, just like the banks in 2023. The premiums I saw, the delays, the shortages, these are early warnings. The disconnect between paper and physical is growing, and the people who realize this and acquire real metal now, before the rush, will be the ones protected when the paper gold market implodes. I still don't have my gold, but I learned the most valuable lesson. The price you see isn't the price you pay, and the gold you think you own might not exist.